Hey, it's Deanna with Restore Balance Within. Today we're going to make chicken cacciatore. And chicken cacciatore really doesn't have a whole lot of fat in it if it's made right. And it can be a nice comfort food that's not going to have a whole lot of extra calories in it. So what we're going to do is start with a chicken broth base. I had some chicken broth, bone broth already prepared. I cooked a chicken the night before in a crock pot. I saved the chicken and I deboned it. And I am going to have to add a little more broth. So I am going to add some store-bought broth and put that in. Now, if you did not make homemade broth, that's fine. You could do it really easily and just buy your broth. And I would use some fresh chicken with bone in it because the bone will give it the flavor, the collagen, it has all the nutrients. So make sure when you put your chicken in that it has some bone. You could put a couple of the legs in and a couple of breasts. And then once the meat is cooked, it's just going to fall off the bone. You can just remove the bone. All right, so I'm going to start with my chicken broth as my base. I have one onion that I've cut up. I have a bunch of mushrooms that were pre-sliced. This dish can be made in a crock pot and it can be cooking all day and come home to it, or you can put it on the stove and simmer it for approximately an hour. It's a real quick meal. We're going to go ahead and add a tablespoon of garlic. What's food without some garlic, right? I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt, because there was no salt added previously, and just a little bit of sugar because I'm using tomatoes from the garden and it'll take away some of that acid. I've got a tablespoon of oregano, a tablespoon of parsley. All right, let's add some pepper. Now, you could use 2 cans of 15 ounces of crushed tomatoes. Or if you have some fresh tomatoes left over in your freezer, which is what I did. We have a garden every year. I usually just take the skins off the tomatoes and then I'll freeze the tomatoes in a big gallon bag and then I can use it for soups and stews. So that's what I have here, but otherwise you would use 2 15-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. All right, so that is everything in the pot. It looks really good. So what you're going to do is just simmer it with your chicken for approximately an hour or 2 hours, whenever everything looks like it's tender and your chicken has turned white and is coming off the bone. You keep that covered and cook it. When it's complete, you could add it over the top of some angel hair pasta or regular pasta, serve it with a side salad and some fresh bread, and it's delicious. Simple and easy, not too many calories, and it tastes delicious. Namaste.